All right, so I'm going to take you guys through the process of filling up your truck. Right now I'm at a Love's truck stop, and I just wanted to make this quick video because I remember when I was out with my trainer for the first time, the first thing we had to do was go to a truck stop, and I just remember him going through all the menu options. It just looked a little bit overwhelming. It's real simple, but your first time seeing it, it may appear to be a bit overwhelming. So whatever company you work for, you'll be given a fuel card. But what you also want to do is make sure that you have these here. These are rewards cards. And let me tell you, man, these things come in handy as a truck driver for the most part. You rack up enough points for this. Showers are gonna be free. You don't ever have to worry about paying for a shower. And you're definitely gonna want a lot of snacks. You don't even gotta worry about paying for them. I mean, you're gonna rack up so many points that you can pretty much just redeem points anytime you wanna get snacks. And just so you know, Pilot and Flying J is a part of the same company. So one rewards card works for both locations. All right, so we are pulling up, finally our turn to fill up. The first thing you want to do, you want to make sure you're aware of where your truck needs to be lined up to fill up. Depending on what truck you have, you may have to pull up a little bit extra. For example, I have a Freightliner Cascadia, and that compared to an International, I need to make sure I pull up a little bit further. But sometimes where the fuel pump is and the def pump, sometimes they're reversed. So you just need to make sure you're aware of where you need to line your truck up to make sure that the pump can reach your actual fuel tank. All right, let's get to it. So we want to make sure we got our work gloves. As you can see, mine's been through the trenches. So got my fuel card here. The first thing you're gonna do is insert your company card, and then you enter your rewards card after that, and then watch the prompt here. So you would select tractor. You would only need to select the trailer if you're doing fresh deliveries. We're not, right now we're not filling up the def, so I'm gonna skip that. But you would select def if you were putting def in your truck. And there's only two things you really need to remember. One is your driver code. It's typically gonna have something to do with your name. And then the other thing is your truck number. Everything else is really just questions that you need to skip past. Additional products, no. You want to receive, no. Alright, so moving the fuel cap, you can see you're going to have two tanks that you got to fill up. Get the pump, and this is what I was talking about. Because of where my tank is, it's on the rear of my truck. I got to pull up a little bit further to make sure I can reach it. Then you just lift that there, and it'll tell you when you're good to pump. Once that hits zero, you're good to go. So I just set this. Once I feel it starts pumping, I let that lever down so that I can sit right there. If it wants to cooperate. There we go. And now I'm just gonna go on the other side to set up the other tank to do the same thing. Typically when you're pumping your truck, maybe a good idea if your windows need cleaning, now would be the time to go ahead and do that while the truck is filling up. Same thing, lift the lever on that side. So now I got it pumping on both sides, right? Passenger tank, driver tank. Now one thing you need to know, before you hang up either pump, you need to make sure that you hang up your passenger pump first. You need to make sure this one is completely filled before you hang up the pump on the driver's side, because once you hang that up, typically you won't be able to reuse the company card until like a cool down period. Some companies don't allow you to use it until a certain amount of time elapsed. So again, very important. Just make sure that when you're filling up both tanks, you make sure you hang up the passenger pump first. So you want to get this one filled up all the way to the max before you hang up the pump on the driver's side. And that's pretty much it. What I typically do is once each pump on each side has stopped fueling, I'll pull it out just a little bit, just to pump a little bit extra and top it off. And then wham bam, we're finished. Put the lever down, hang the pump back up, and then you just want to make sure your caps are secure on your tanks, right? Make sure you hear that click, pull it just to make sure it's not loose. And that's all there is to it. Get these work gloves off and get back on the road.